Hey everyone, my name's Samantha and welcome back to Blacklisted Technology. In today's episode, we're going to be going over the topic why you shouldn't wait to be great. I remember when I first got to my new job, I was so intimidated because I was seeing people who had been here for 3 years getting 300% above plan. And as a new hire, that's really intimidating, especially because it's like, like, do I have to wait 3 years to get to the top? Or, can I start working on this now? So the first day on the job, I made the decision. I am not going to wait to be great. I'm going to do everything in my power it takes to get to the top. And I think that's so important, especially as a new hire. A lot of times I've spoke with, my fellow new hires and they said, you know what, I don't feel like I can make calls or I don't feel like I can get sales just because I'm so new. And that's normal. That's completely normal. And I also felt that way, but it's about making the decision to move past that. Make the decision that no, I'm not going to wait a month until I went through training to, start calling people, start making deals. I'm going to do it today. And at first, you might not know everything you're talking about and you might be scared, but it's about just going out there and doing it anyways. I know, myself, I was really scared. I'm like, I don't know what we're selling here, but I do know that we're selling payroll. So I'm going to go off of that. So what I did in the beginning is I just, called people and said, hey, can I set up an appointment? I'm with Paychecks, and I kind of let them know, we're a human capital management system. And I directly told them, hey, let's meet Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I think that's the most important thing, especially as a new hire, just being direct. And from there, you can get your manager to help you out with that deal, or you can get a fellow coworker to even walk you through that as well. So it's really about just going out there and getting what you want. So the most important thing as a new hire is to be consistent. I know my first month I was doing twice as much as everyone else on my team. I was making between 80 and 130 calls to small businesses each day, whereas at that time the quota was 50. But what I got out of that is I was booking, 3 to 5 appointments a day. And, at first your appointments they might not be perfect. They might not be great, but you're getting yourself out there and you're getting the experience you need. I remember when I was first booking appointments, I wouldn't always, confirm the email and confirm all the information because I was nervous. Like, I think my first one, I'm just like, okay, we'll meet up this time. We'll call you here. But now, a month in, I am sending them a proposal. I'm confirming the email. I'm sending follow-up texts. So it's okay if at first you don't do everything perfect, but you just need to put yourself out there and know that it's okay. You're going to make mistakes, but you can move past them. My next piece of key advice is to get a mentor and a sponsor. This is vitally important because when you're working in a big corporation, it's virtually impossible for the top executives to know what you want unless you have a mentor who is developing you career-wise as well as a sponsor. Now, a sponsor is going to be someone who vouches for you. So when there's an available position that opens within the company, they're going to be like, hey, I know this girl. She is a consistent hardworking individual who will let nothing stop her. And this is extremely important that you have both because it just gives you more backing when it comes to moving up within a company. And this also helps you develop career-wise because you're able to move forward, develop the skills you need in order to achieve your goals. Now, something specific with my company that we have is a system called Gong. I would highly recommend it. Now, before Gong, I found myself reaching out to this top sales agent saying, hey, like, let me listen to your talk tracks. Let me see how you're running appointments. And a lot of times they were extremely busy and it was hard to get in touch with them because, they had a long list of people who were trying to see what they were doing to be on top. So we actually implemented the system called Gong, which is extremely useful because you can go in there and listen to any call you want anytime. Now, this is going to be extremely helpful for new hires because you can literally listen to the person at the top of the company as much as you want every day and just copy their word tracks. And by implementing the system that they use, you're going to be able to be successful. Now, the biggest piece of sales advice I can give is to make sure you're having a conversation with these small business owners. Don't sound salesy. This is extremely important because think about it. When you answer your phone and you smell a hint of a sales call, you're like, and just hang up the phone. Anyone would, right? So you have to think of that in a way where you situate yourself on the back end and say, oh, what could I do? What would make me answer if a salesperson was calling? So, what would make you answer? Ask yourself that question. I know for myself, if someone is being friendly and they don't sound salesy and they're just trying to help me, I'm gonna listen to the call. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is some good information. One key piece of advice that I would give is just let the business owners tell them, hey, um, I would love to speak with you for 15 minutes. If you don't find it worthwhile, I will never call you again, but I promise it will be. Now, this is going to be very effective because they're going to take your time seriously. At the end of the day, your time is just as valuable as theirs, and it's important for, people on both sides to be mutually respected. My final piece of advice is to be hungry and don't wait to be great. Something that's really helped me is creating time blocks. So, on my more difficult days, I create time blocks and say, hey, I'm going to talk to this amount of people at this time. And that is extremely helpful, as well as having an accountability partner. This is great because on your bad days, they make it a little better, and on your great days, they make it the best day ever. I know specifically for me, last week I reached out to my coworker and she helped me through a hard day. This week I was able to help her. So it goes both ways. And the best part about that is I recently, got 2 deals within 2 days. And I was able to celebrate with her. So it wasn't just like, me behind my computer, like, woo. I was actually able to celebrate with a partner. So it just made it that much better. So I highly recommend just stay hungry and make sure never wait to be great. Today will be the day. As long as you give 100%, you'll never have to wait to be great.